The medicine seller is a deadly and mysterious master of the occult who travels across feudal Japan in search of a maleficent spirit called Mononoke to slay. When he locates one of these spirits, he cannot simply kill it. He must first learn its form, its truth, and its reason in order to wield the mighty exorcism sword and fight against it. He must begin his strange exorcism with intense psychological analysis and careful investigation work. As an extremely dangerous step, he must confront and learn about the monarch before he even has means to defeat it. The medicine seller's journey leads him to an old-fashioned inn where Shino, a pregnant woman, he's finally found a place to rest. The owner has reluctantly placing her in the last room. However, as she settles in, it quickly becomes clear the room is infested by a lethal band of Mononoke, the Zaki Washi. With his hunter intuition, the medicine seller begins the investigation to discover the form, the truth, and the reason before the Zarawashi can kill again. The main protagonist of the series, Kuroshima, was first introduced in Bakane, the final chapter of a Keisuke Japanese classic horror analogy series. Mononoke was originally broadcast during the anime program block in Japan. This anime has about 12 episodes, premiered July 13, 2007 to September 2007, has a prequel and a movie based off original series. Genres are fantasy, horror, mystery, supernatural. Themes are adult cast, historical, mythology, psychological, demographic, etc. Each episode is 20 minutes per episode, rated 17 plus, rated R and profanity. Let's get started into the review. What I really like about this anime that, once takes place in feudal Japan, so that's always a really interesting time period to rediscover. And especially with Mononoke and talking about like different like Japanese myths and folklore and like maleficent spirits. And I think just watching like the main protagonist, the medicine seller, and as he goes through time and for experiencing feudal Japan, the lovely designs, the popping of color, and these interesting classic Japanese horror tales that are happening in this anime. I think overall, it's like what I've noticed that each episode is broken off into 5 different stories that last a good between 2 or 3 episodes. So each of the stories feature a different supernatural spirit and taken root from its source material from Japanese folklore. And it's up to the medicine seller to uncover these and defeat them and hopefully, say the people that are trapped or entranced by them. And I think overall what I like about it is like the unexpected twists and shakes from every arc. And each tale holds a very meaningful theme. Along with the supernatural ghosts, dead spirits that aren't always the case, most of the stories are very deep and somehow are very disturbing. But they kind of relate back to human nature and like in human actions, and these spirits turn into those vengeful monocote, hence the title. Overall, the art style is very interesting to me because it's very vibrant, very fitting, very popping. It's very unique. And I like that a lot because it is still resembles that whole Japanese feudal Japan like style. And I like a lot of good use of the camera angles, symbolisms, and overall the themes. Like, you come back to that. I don't want to say too much about this themes because I don't want to get anything away, but the full overarching story tells a lot, especially when it expands into the episode. Like, the story keeps on diving in further and further. And each time we're encased in these episodes, we're getting the whole story of how these vengeful spirits came to be. And overall, like the very two-dimensional movement, each angle, the story, and how they all have overlapping multiple views is very interesting as well. And the art style just helps bring it over like full notch. What I also like to say about this, as I'm not a big horror person when it comes to horror anime. I can handle it just a little bit. All in my imagination just say the best of me. But that being said, there are a few like violent scenes that might not be for everyone, but it is there for shock value. But that's something that does deter you away, then probably do not watch this if you do not have a strong stomach for those type of horror graphic scenes. Now, with that being said, overall, the subtle use of these horror techniques did a very good job of adapting each of these stories to their standalone. I think overall, as we're watching this journey and this concept of different yokai and spirits, I think the foundation of conflict in each story is typically from each of the spirits' backstory and how their story became to be, especially the medicine seller himself travels from one place to another, exercising these spirits that he comes across. And what I think is very interesting, intense, and complex about it is that he doesn't see this as, he sees this as a challenge but opportunity to make sure that they can't harm anyone else. But definitely check it out for yourself if you haven't already, and let me know what you think.